is all that I can give to you.
Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing fine. For those who are in Montreal, it's a snowy day, but it's a beautiful snow the way it's falling. So super excited to be here today. We're talking about something, very precious, very special to me, and that's love, something that we're all kind of looking for these days, and a lot of people are feeling that there's an absence of it. But I'm here to reassure you that we're going to just spread that beautiful love energy today. The ad that you just saw, that was something new. For those who know me and those who have received gifts from me in the past, you know that I do personalized gifts. I take the time to give something special that money can't really buy, because how do we, what are we supposed to do to, how do I explain this? How do I can give something to someone that, that sounds special, that the money, like, especially if someone has money, like, you have to do something personalized. And in my family, those who know, we're very creative people as well. We always do these kind of things. And what you just saw was what my sister just started, and she's creating personalized gifts for people. So if you are looking to give something special to brighten someone's day, if you want to do something for love, something for Valentine's Day, she is doing personalized gifts. Anything you want, from logos to designs to messages, and she can print it literally on almost everything, whether it's cups, towels, and whatnot. Just let me know if you're interested, and I'll put you in touch with her. It's something new that she started, and she's really enjoying and making people feel special. Today, I have a special guest, as you probably saw from the poster, and it's a newfound friend. I would say, like, it's about like a year and a half now. We've been following whatever we're each doing, and we met for the very first time at an event from Pamela last year. Exactly last year, almost. We were all partying together. I'll put the video at the end or somewhere to kind of remember that beautiful day. But so I'm going to be welcoming the founder of Sexy Brilliant and the author of Too Fat, Too Loud, and Too Ambitious, the author of the book. And the best way to introduce her, besides having her on board, is a little video that we made to commemorate her success and her brilliance. And that's actually the name, right? Sexy Brilliant.
Welcome to the Brilliantly Sexy Show with Devina Kaur. Our intention is to inspire, awaken, and create global leaders using the Sexy Brilliant philosophy. Discover sacred wisdom and the benefits of self-leadership with your host, author of Too Fat, Too Loud, Too Ambitious, and founder of Sexy Brilliant Global Revolution, Devina Kaur.
Hello, Devina. Just a second. I'm actually having trouble hearing you. I don't know what's going on over here. Oh, wait, you're on mute. That's why. Hello?
Hi, everybody.
We couldn't hear you for a while.
Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So welcome to. It's not really a show. I mean, I've been doing this for fun for the past couple of weeks, just to brighten people's days. And today we're gonna talk about love. And I see there's so much love happening already there with your dog.
I'm a little bit in love with my life. I'm a little bit in love with my dog, and I wouldn't say a little bit. I would say a lot. And that's what it's all about, being in love with everything that happens around us.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's February is always a difficult month. It's just with the winter and then being single. And I'm like, oh man, the commercialization of my emotions, our emotions, it's a bit much, guys. And, and that's why Patrick and I are doing the show. It's a cheer. It's to say hi to you guys, and it's to say we don't have to go through this alone.
Definitely not. And like you just said, love is everywhere. It doesn't have to be only romantic. Love is the energy itself. It's what we have around us, the what we feel, and it's actually something that's hard to explain, right? It's an emotion that's hard to explain, how to pinpoint exactly what love is. What is love for you, Davina?
Well, Patrick, before we go into this, I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us. I want to say thank you to you for having me here. And I quickly want to share my story that those of you who may not know me, my name is Devina Kaur, and I'm the founder of the Sexy Brilliant Nonprofit Foundation. And our social mission is to remove toxic shame and raise human consciousness. So, being single, I'm a divorced full-time single mother, and I had an arranged marriage. And then after my arranged marriage ended, I kind of fell into an addiction. And that is exactly where Sexy Brilliant started from. And, fast forward 3 years, here we are. And I always said to myself, it didn't matter how fat I was. It didn't matter how loud I was. It didn't matter that my struggle, my depression, I would just stand in front of the mirror and I would say, always sexy, always brilliant. And that's where this mission started from, Patrick.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. You also bring out the point of arranged marriage, which is, like something that I guess it's in your culture that, parents arranged marriages. And have you ever seen anyone like actually have love after that, or how does that work? Like, why is the whole? I think for a lot of people who are new to this, why do some cultures do encourage arranged marriage until today, even still today?
Well, it's interesting. Like I come from a very Lina wants to know the story. I come from a very my parents are very conservative, but yet I have the freedom of kind of choosing my life partner. I always had that in my life. However, you reach a certain age. I was 24, 25 years old, and my parents were like, you should really find somebody on your own. If not, let us help you meet somebody. And that's how it starts. I mean, again, we are the urban folks, so that's how it is for us. We always have choices, and it's not that it's forced upon us. It's kind of like, yeah, you're a certain age, you should really, get married. And marriage is kind of means that you have the success of the outside. But what we forget is that the marriage doesn't mean that you are happy together. And in my case and my ex-husband, we were just a misfit. I mean, I was too ambitious for him. Let's put it like that. I was too loud for him. Okay. But also looking back, it was because I had a bigger purpose to go through in life. So that's what happened. But looking at arranged marriages, my parents had an arranged marriage. They're still together. And they say that they started loving each other after they got married. So there are many, many stories like that. And that happens even today. A lot of families in India and maybe perhaps other places in the world, we kind of look at horoscopes, we do the match. That didn't happen with me, but so it kind of works out. And it's because as a woman in India, it's a little bit harder to kind of live on your own. Society still makes it's a little bit of a taboo. So there's a lot of cultural consequences that come with it. Go ahead, Patrick.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. But I was listening to your story. Yeah.
I can also say that it's obviously different in North America, but having this cultural background, even at times today, I feel like a failure that I don't have a husband. I don't have this partner to look after me, and vice versa. And then I have to remind myself that that's okay too. That, it's okay to have the desire to be in a relationship. It's okay to want a husband. It's okay to want marriage or partner or whatever it is. But it's at the same time, it's important that we celebrate the self-love and the dating ourselves, dating, life, enjoying life.
Absolutely. No, that's it. It's like, Like for me too, it's the same thing. Like I know today I said I'm not gonna talk about my relationships, but in general, being single for so long, it's kind of like the shame in the family. Like, how come you're not getting married? How come you're not continuing the family line?
Yeah.
And there, like the thing is, happiness and love doesn't necessarily come from marriage. Happiness and love comes from many other things. And actually, I could say that only recently of doing self-acceptance and self-love has actually brought me to actually feel love for the first time from others, from people around me. And it doesn't have to be romantic love, it could be from friendship, it could be from family, but it actually starts from the core. It starts from self-love. And a lot of times we don't have that because we feel so low, or we feel complex. We're not too sure who we are, what we love, what we care about. We don't understand ourselves. And that brings a lot of drawback into who we are, and the absence of love becomes even more prevalent when that happens, when we don't have the love for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we live in a society that tells us that self-love is selfish. I mean, we live in a society that's constantly telling us that we're not enough, So we have to kind of go back to our core value and say, who am I? What are my gifts? What is my purpose in life? And what are my weaknesses? So it all starts with self-knowledge, knowing all our gifts, knowing our brightness, knowing our weakness. And that's why I talk about my addiction. That's why I'm talking about, that I had a failed arranged marriage. And that's why I'm sharing my story so loudly, is because I don't want anybody to feel that they're not enough. We are
Absolutely.
all perfect the way we are.
Absolutely.
And our goal is to get to the next level of perfection.
Absolutely. For everyone that's watching us live right now, I welcome you to join the conversation. Not just ask questions, but actually we want to hear from you. What is your relationship with love? Like, what does love mean for you? Today that's all we're talking about. We're talking about love. That's the energy we're putting out there, right? So go in the comments. You're probably watching us from Facebook right now. Write to us. What does love mean to you? We will love to share that with people and keep on spreading love. I mean that's what makes it solves. Honestly, love solves a lot of problems. A lot of problems if we have more love in our life, and that applies as much as in our personal lives to our business lives too.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah.
And you know what? Like, why am I talking about self-knowledge? Because when we have self-knowledge, when we know thyself, and right now we just entered the age of Aquarius. For those of you who follow astrology, we have just started the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius, is all about humanity, about self-knowledge, about know thyself. So when we know ourselves, and by the way, that I just want to mention something, that the K in my name stands for self-knowledge. Know yourself. Know. So when we know ourselves, we can then go on to practice radical self-acceptance. And that means radical self-acceptance, accepting not only our good side, but also like addictions, mental health. I've had those, single parenting, whatever it is. It's all about accepting ourselves for who we are.
Absolutely. Now, jumping to today, 2020, 2021, we're all living a drastic time where, most of us are in isolation, and that absence of love has also become very much prevalent. We see it much online. We see a lot of negativity, negative energy going around, and it just destroys me as a person by reading those things. But in general, what do you think in terms of love, in terms of like relationships, let's say? I know we said like it's not the ultimate answer all the time, but it could also be friendships. It could also be connecting with other people. What do you think is the best way today to, like, do you still think it still exists, and how do we still connect more than just online necessarily, but like how do we bring all this together when most of us are stuck at home?
Well, I mean, it's all about having a community. It's all about opening yourself, giving yourself permission to be authentic. It's about, allowing and creating a safe space for others to be vulnerable, to be open, and not looking down at people for their vulnerabilities, including those addictions, those mental health issues. I mean, there are so many women who cannot have children, men too. Why do we shame people for being who they are? So that's the first thing. And then, when we start accepting others, we start accepting ourselves, it becomes easier to be in the flow of life. So self-acceptance, accepting of other people, their situations, and then opening space for everybody to be together in all of their authenticity. And that's why, Patrick, we're having this event on the 14th of February to celebrate community, to celebrate oneness, to celebrate love. Let's talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So for your event, that's right. It's on Valentine's Day. It is a very symbolic day for many people. A lot of times we do hear a lot of people going through depression because, Valentine's Day, they end up alone. But, the conception from like, mainstream media always telling us, like Valentine's Day is a day of love, is a day of connection. And to this year, like we just said, a lot of people cannot have those connections as they cannot meet new people. They cannot be with other people. And yet we're doing this event. You have this event coming up on the 14th that is, that has networking, that has all that connection. So let's talk about that. Like, let's say, what does this event mean for you? Like, why are you even doing this?
Well, I have been single for so long. And every year for Valentine's Day, I go through this period of depression, and I am reminded again and again about how single I am. And, and you look at this and you're like, I don't want my emotions to be commercialized. So what if I don't have a partner? That doesn't mean that I cannot enjoy the day with somebody else. And I have been looking for events, Patrick, and I'm like, I want to be part of a Valentine's Day event, but you know what? There's none. So that's why I said, okay, let's create something so that not only will I be there, but everybody else who's looking for a space to be themselves, to feel love, to be part of a community, has a space to call home. And that's why we're calling the show, the event, Love is Your True Home, because we
Absolutely.
are all deserving of love.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily a speed dating thing. People are not coming here to necessarily meet their life partners. They might meet. Networking always helps people, to meet new friends and new loved ones. But this is an event where you also have like amazing speakers that are going to be coming, who are going to be spreading this energy. So I know there's one person in particular. She's all into the dating thing, Renee, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. So maybe we want to start with her. You want to introduce who Renee is? What is she doing? What is she going to bring?
Yeah. So Renee Slansky is is Australian, French, European, and she's going to be one of our speakers. She is a dating expert. She's written books. She's got a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, Renee Slansky, and we're going to drop the information on here. And she's agreed to come on to the show. She's like, none of us should be alone, and we're going to have. She's going to give us dating tips, of course, and lots of joy and lots of ideas on how to go through this virtual dating, this meeting, but yet not having, it's a difficult time for everybody. So we're going to have Renee Slansky. Then we're going to have Jen McCarty, who is a twin flame expert. So Jen from the UK is talking about, she's going to do a little bit of a meditation and run the event for Twin Flame, and what Twin Flames are all about, because we truly believe that everybody has a soulmate and that everybody has a twin flame, and she's going to help us meet our partner faster.
Interesting. And then you have Charlie.
Yes, and then we have Charlie Freak from Mexico, who's a spiritual teacher, and him and his partner are going to be there talking about how they met and how, that they are twin flames, and they're like, yeah, look at us. If this is possible for us, it's possible for everybody. So a little bit of the spiritual wisdom is going to come from Charlie Freak as well. And wow. It's going to be a fun event, and I encourage everybody to join us. Bring your friends, and it's going to be one of those events that it's sexy brilliant. You can't go wrong with that.
You just mentioned 3 guests and plus you. That makes 4 people from around the world that are joining in. Okay, so this is like one of the most international events I've been part of. And then we're gonna have, but it's not only the 4 of you. It's everyone who's joining joining the event, people will be able to weigh in the questions, but also have networking. Networking is a key component, and I've been feeling a lot of down, lately with everything that's been going on. And then I went to a few events, at least 2 or 3 events, and then I created a few events myself in the past, let's say, a month and a half. And I could say it's a life changer just to connect with other people, just to be with new people that you've never met and just have that exchange. It's just rejuvenating, and it does inspire, motivate me to go on, because again, like I said at the beginning of the live, a lot of people were feeling so down that they're ready to give up. They're like, what's the point of life anymore? Like there's no more purpose, there's no more the why. Why are we doing all this? Why are we just working? Some people have kids, so they have that kind of purpose of providing for the kids, but other people who are single and alone are just feeling so stuck. And it strikes me when I read that, because I went through that too. But events do definitely help. It's one of the biggest solutions, and that's why I've been creating events for the past couple of years, is because to see people connect and the exchanges they do, it's so amazing. And now we have a Valentine's Day event that defeats the purpose of being alone on Valentine's Day. Again, it's not about relationships in terms of love. Like, yes, it is about love, but not like romantic relationship. It's about love. It's about connection. It's about friendships and the networking. Just having a networking already, like, well, out of proportion. And then you have this, you have 3 amazing guests, including yourself. That makes 4, who are going to be talking about, just promoting this spirituality of love.
And one of the reasons I'm doing this event, Patrick, is that I am sick and tired of getting my emotions commercialized. Because you know what? It's like, oh yeah, you're single, or like, there's nothing for singles out there on Valentine's Day. It's like the worst date. Literally feels like the worst day, right? You get so lonely, you get so depressed. And that's why I'm like, you know what? No, we're going to have an event where we're spreading the love that we want to create around us. And by love, I mean, love starts with self-love, right? And self-love starts with self-acceptance, which self-acceptance starts with self-knowledge, i.e. self-awareness. And it's when we start looking at life as a spiritual journey, and that we are all having a human experience, we can then start changing and adding more love to our life. But it's not easy.
That's right. Like, you're right. Like, like I go through that feeling too, like, even though I'm not always in a need to be in a relationship, but it's just like, Valentine's Day comes and everyone is like meeting someone, even if it's for one night, they're meeting the people. And I'm like, man, I'm like, why am I feeling like this? And people feed that guilt, like people would feed me that guilt. And I'm like, why am I feeling like this? I shouldn't be feeling down because I'm all alone. Why should I go through such a thing when it's not, like, love isn't just about relationships, And
well, it's, I would say, like, having a like, again, it depends on everybody's different, right? Let me talk about myself. That having a romantic relationship is part of my I want it. And there's nothing wrong with that desire. And by the way, I speak to my therapist. I have an appointment with my therapist later today, and we work through relationships a lot. And she's like, there is nothing wrong with wanting to have a relationship. So that's number one. So don't hesitate to kind of say, oh, you know what? The world makes me feel like I'm too old, or I'm too fat, or I'm too loud, or I'm too ambitious. No, you can want to have a relationship, and you can have all of these feelings of, whatever you're going through. So it all is all about, like, knowing yourself, knowing your purpose. Do you want a relationship? Do you not want a relationship? And then what can you do to change that? What can you do to create your dream life? And part of that is also relationship life.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You talked about something at the beginning too. You said, like, as we get older, you want to have that person to be there for you, in case of, like, a lot of people are independent now, but I mean, I look at my grandparents, I look at, like, other people who are not able to take care of themselves anymore. And then just having that companion of that person who's there to be there for you, in different various cases. And it does brighten your day in a way to have that person. I mean, for you, you have your daughter, you have your dog when you come home, and you don't necessarily feel that aloneness. But then again, there's that romanticism, that's the passion that might be missing.
Well, that's it. And sexuality is also part of the human experience, and we should not be ashamed of our sexuality, right? So whether that is, like, I mean, Patrick, we don't want to go into details because I know some of the audience is perhaps underage children, but we have to be comfortable with ourselves, our bodies, and part of that is celebrating our sexuality. Celebrating the way to more self-love is love itself, and loving all parts of who we are, loving ourselves, knowing what we need. Do we need those flowers? Like I do for myself. I don't wait for nobody to buy me flowers. I do it myself every week, and it's my treat, and it makes me feel good. It makes me, there's always, you still want more, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, for those who are newly joining us, please let us know what you think about all this. What do you think about relationships? What does love mean to you? Let us know, and maybe even Valentine's Day. What does Valentine's Day mean for you? Is it only about romantic relationships, or what do you do? What do you actually do on Valentine's Day? Like, that's something also that I'm kind of curious about, because Valentine's Day usually for me it's with my family. I just see my family on those days. So, and I don't know if that's like necessarily a sad, but like we just said, we shouldn't be feeling ashamed for that either. Why don't we come back to the event, but let's play one of your sexy, brilliant games. You have a game, you have a card game, which we're also going to play during the event. So this is where I also welcome everyone that's watching us to play this game with us. It's so simple. We're going to be, having cards, and you in the audience tell us if you want to pick a card, and then tell us a number. I mean, Devina will explain to you, and then we will pick a card for you.
Yeah. So Patrick, ask me a question, and I will pull a card. And to those of you who may not know this, these are the Sexy Brilliant Empowerment cards, and they're available at our nonprofit foundation, sexybrilliant.org. So they're all empowering messages of love, abundance, spirituality.
Oh yeah. So I'll start, I guess. Like you said. Okay, so I ask you a question. That's how it works?
Yeah, the more specific you are, the more specific your answers.
Okay. All right. Despite everything that's happening today, will I ever actually find love? And not love just with friends, we're talking about passion love. Would I ever find that person to have a passion love with?
Ooh, all these cards are jumping out, Patrick. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, look what the card message is.
It's too small for me to see it. You'll have to read it to us.
Yeah, it says, so the card says, it's all about love, baby. Love starts from love. Love is already present within us. Love is abundant. Choose light over darkness. Train your mind to shower yourself with words of sexy, brilliant love as often as possible. Always favor love.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
So believe in love. That's what this card is all about. Have faith. Have faith that it's all about love.
Absolutely. And again, if ever we feel that there's an absence and stuff, love is everywhere. We just have to look at it. You have to just see it.
Yeah.
So let's see if people want to join in. Like if you want to pick a card, let us know. I see that there's some viewers here, so say I want to pick a card in the comments, and we'll pick a card for you.
Yeah. It will be our pleasure. Look, they're all jumping up. They all want to come out.
They all want to come out. Yeah.
Look, I'm not even trying hard. But and these cards are available at sexybrilliant.com. We are a registered nonprofit foundation to remove toxic shame and raise human consciousness. And I encourage everybody to check out our website and sign up on our newsletter.
Yeah, and for those who, as we wait for people to answer, there's a little background also on Devina. Devina has a very regular show. I cannot even say just weekly. It's very regular the way it works. And she as she talked about how she her foundation works on removing toxic shame and such. that's what her message is. Whether it is in her blog posts, whether it is on her videos and her interviews, she keeps spreading this beautiful message to eradicate toxic shame and promote self-love. And the book is another testament of that. And interestingly, your book is also available right now almost everywhere, including Amazon.
Yeah, so I am a published author of a book called Too Fat, Too Loud, Too Ambitious. And I have to say something. I'm not a gifted writer, Patrick. I struggle with ADD. English is not my first language, yet I have a book out. So that in itself is like very sexy and very brilliant. So to those of you who think that everything is impossible, have faith in yourself. Love yourself through those down times, because everything is possible, and I am proof. So Too Fat, Too Loud, Too Ambitious is a spiritual self-help workbook, and lots of stories about overcoming depression, overcoming being too fat, being too ambitious, being too loud. The world has tried to keep us from shining our light for too long, and it's time that we stand up for ourselves. We know who we are, and of course, we start practicing radical self-acceptance. And as mentioned earlier, the book is, and all my work is based on the trademark Kaur process, which is my last name, Kaur. And Patrick, if you allow me, we can talk about Kaur, or we can come back and talk about it another time as well. So
we're kind of waiting for people to pick a card. I mean, why don't we just pick a card now, so that people who are joining us, they can see what the cards are all about.
Okay.
Question. Okay, so I already asked for that. Wow, this is kind of hard, because these card games usually, it makes you think so much that you go deep. You really go deep. Let's see. Can I just pick one?
Yes, pick a number. Pick a number between 1 to 3.
Oh, 1 to 3. Okay, 2.
All right, let's do it. 1 and 2. Let's see what it says. Ooh, if you can see it, it says, our sexy, brilliant homes. We have 2 homes, Earth and our bodies, and it is our responsibility to care for both of them in the most brilliant way that we can. Let's respect them, know what you want, and take it moment by moment and day by day. You got this.
Wow. So what on this specific thing that you just read, how would you say that you're taking care of, let's say, your body, in terms of maybe relating it also with the book, because you talk about that too? So like, what are some self-care that you do?
Well, so I struggle with being overweight. I've always been fat in my life, and even during the days that I was a runner, I was still overweight. But here I am. I'm 73 years of age. Okay, that's a lie. But being being older, I actually practice martial arts. I'm a student of karate 3 times a week, and I do dance, and I have a dog, so I go for my dog walks, and I'm a yogi. I'm a trained yoga teacher, so I teach yoga as well. And the thing is, self-love is not just about buying yourself flowers. Self-love is not just about wearing the hair and the nice makeup or those beautiful clothes. Self-love is also about taking care of your body, your spiritual health, your mental health, your physical health, and your emotional health, your holistic development. And it all starts with knowing who you are and what you need in this moment. Because, Patrick, let me give you an example. Like all of this week, all 4 days, Monday to Thursday, I did meditation for 1 hour every morning. However, this morning, I put on loud music and I was dancing around my home. And you know what? That is therapy as well. So it doesn't have to be the standard, meditation, yoga. It can change as we change and as we evolve as well. And then tomorrow it could just be, doing another dance or doing another yoga or cooking and being mindful about that. So it's all about knowing what you need in this moment, and then changing your life and making sure that you get it. That's what's truly sexy and brilliant. Knowing yourself, owning not just your, in my case, my loud mouth, but also walking the talk and, like walking the
Yeah.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
I,
definitely.
I forgot that walking the talk.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so does anyone want to pick a card? I just left the instructions in the ticker down there. It says pick a card, ask a question, or pick a number between 1 and 3. Anyone wants to receive their empowerment message?
Yeah, you know what? Let's pick a card. I'll pick a card to end the show, and let's see what the message is today. What do you think,
Yeah.
Patrick? Look, they're all coming on. They all want to talk to us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one. It's, oh my goodness. So the last card is enjoy a sexy life. Smile, laugh. When we smile, others smile too. When we look happy, we feel sexy. Our sexy, brilliant smiles and laughter are contagious. Our happiness radiates. Our happiness radiates outward from us. And love. And wait, hold on. I'm having a moment. Okay. Our happiness radiates outward from us and spreading the warmth with others.
Wonderful. Wow. Yeah. I definitely have things to say about that too, in terms of like, interestingly, it was a couple of months ago. I was feeling again very down. I was feeling hurt. I was, sitting here every day working, all kinds of physical and emotional pains that I was going through. And sometimes, we're unable to, get out of it ourselves. And that's where other people come, that's where the magic works. And I was actually invited from a friend of mine. She does massage therapy, but not the regular one that we know of. She the special way that she does her massages are, it's with intention. She asks you a question and she will do something, she will combine different techniques and stuff. I can guarantee you, not only did I feel good after, but I was doing a live conversation, a networking event with someone else. People are like, Patrick, you look so good today. You look so happy. What did you do? And believe it or not, a lot of people that were there and a lot of other people went to see my friend Sarah, and they got, the special treatment that she was giving. And it's a whole, they feel a whole new person. So sometimes it does require you to go check these different holistic, practices to getting yourself out there. I see one of my friends, Allison, is here. Hi, Allison. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. We were just picking some empowerment cards about from Sexy Brilliant about love. A lot of them were involving love. So if you want to pick one, you can still do. But at the same time, I wanted to thank you, Devina, for coming and sharing this with us. I'm gonna put the event information again on as we're wrapping things up. Oh wait, oh man, because sometimes these things don't work.
Yeah, and I'll just invite everybody to say thank you to Patrick, of course, and thank you to everybody who's here. Hi, Allison, I see you, and please do check out my work. We are a registered nonprofit foundation to remove toxic shame and raise human consciousness. And of course, we welcome everybody, the good. Even if you don't like our work, let us know why, and we will do our best to change that. So thank you so much, Patrick. And this is the event for the 14th of February. We will see you then.
Yes. We all wait for you there. I'm going to be there too. It's going to be exciting to network with all of you and also hear the amazing speakers talk about love and empowerment and energy, as love is the energy. And, networking has helped me feel better for my well-being. And this is why I promote events like this. And I welcome all of you to join us. It's exactly next week plus 2 more days because it's on a Sunday for us. But it's, you don't have to be alone on Valentine's Day like we're with the misconception that we're taught of. And we're going to be surrounded with a lot of people spreading this love energy. And we can't wait. Like I said, it's not going to be just a regular Zoom listening event. It's going to be a lot of networking happening. And I also welcome you to check out Devina Kaur. I'm going to put her website up now. And Devina, you can go check out her not-for-profit organization, Sexy Brilliant. Devina has done a lot. She's been on a radio show. She writes for Indian newspapers. She has her own blog. She has her own book, which is, always astonishing, always hearing people having their own book. You can check it out. It's also on Amazon, and you can go check out her website. There's a bunch of empowering things actually available here to help you feel good, and be better, and just, again, spread more love.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Beautiful. And I am so glad that we got to do this and share space today. Thank you very much, guys. And to everybody who's here, namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in and just sharing your love. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to Patrick as well.
Thank you again, Devina. Have a wonderful day, and I will close it off with a video for all of you. And this is the video of the event that Devina and I met, and you can see the joy of why events are so super important. And even though we cannot connect physically, we're going to be connecting through energy, through the web for now, and hopefully one day soon through being in the same space. So thank you, everyone, and I bless you with a wonderful day and weekend.
Thank you, Patrick. Bye, everybody.
Love is all that I can give to you.